Alright, hello everybody, what's happening? Welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to be talking about Paul Pogba and his situation at Manchester United, the possibilities of him coming to Real Madrid, and my thoughts on the situation. So Paul Pogba, if we all know, if we all remember, he was linked with Real Madrid, with Barcelona back in 2016. He was linked to a lot of different clubs actually, linked to a lot of top clubs. He was at Juventus. He cemented his position as one of the best midfielders in world football. Very good midfielder. Manchester United, he felt like he had some unfinished business, so he decided to go back to Manchester United, to everyone's surprise. So he went back to Manchester United, tried to get some unfinished business done. Didn't go well with Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho got sacked. Now Paul Pogba is being coached under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which at the moment is having some difficulty actually. He's going through a bad patch. It's not going so well. It was going well at the beginning. I mean, Paul Pogba was doing fantastic. He was putting out great numbers. However, these past 3 or 4 games, it hasn't been going so well. But they are still in the Champions League. Surprisingly, to many people's surprise, they beat PSG and they're now playing against Barcelona. So they're going to play Barcelona tomorrow, and I think these next 2 games versus Barcelona will really they're going to be very telling of what Paul Pogba is able to do at the big stage, what he's able to contribute. We all know that Paul Pogba is a very good player. He's won the World Cup, obviously. He's able to do it in the big stage, definitely. But I think if he's able to do it versus Barcelona, I think Real Madrid will come knocking on the door. And it's going to be, we're going to be very persistent if he puts in very good performances versus Barcelona. So in these next 2 matches versus Barcelona, he will want to be at the top of his game. He will be looking to be very motivated. He's going to be looking to put in a very good performance. So I think there's a lot of intrinsic motivation there to do well. So in that way, if he does well, then Real Madrid will come knocking at the door. What does that mean for Paul Pogba? Well, Manchester United have a chance of winning the Champions League, and I think a lot of people will laugh at this, but I think it's definitely possible. They're still in the Champions League. They've given us a few surprises in the Champions League, and I wouldn't be surprised if they surprise us again, because Manchester United, for some reason or another, in the past few years, they've always surprised us in one way or another. And you can never write them off. You can never underestimate them. So they are going to be looking to perform against Barcelona. They're going to be looking to do good. They're going to be looking to advance. And if they do advance, if they do win the Champions League, then Paul Pogba might just be looking to stay at Manchester United. You know what? He's gonna tell himself, you know what? Maybe there is something going on here. So he's going to be looking to stay there probably a couple more seasons, I would say. However, if they don't win the Champions League, then they're going to be trophyless this season, which means that Paul Pogba might reconsider his future at Manchester United. And especially that right now, Manchester United don't even have a Champions League spot. I think they're currently in 5th or 6th place. But they are looking, obviously they're looking to get a Champions League spot. There are still games. I think there's probably, I would say, is it 8 games left? I don't even know how many games are left, but there are a few games left, so that means Arsenal and Chelsea are going to be dropping points in the Premier League. So what does this mean for Manchester United? Well, they could still get the Champions League spot, and if they do, then Paul Pogba might just stay, especially if they win the Champions League this season. Then obviously Paul Pogba will stay. However, if they go trophyless this season and they don't get that Champions League spot, then Paul Pogba, for me, is definitely on his way out. I don't think there's any other way to see it. I think Paul Pogba, to get the Ballon d'Or, he's going to want to come to Real Madrid. And a lot of Manchester United fans are, oh, he's going to stay. But no, if they don't get those 2 things, I think then Paul Pogba has a very good chance of coming to Real Madrid. Like I said, he has been linked to Real Madrid and Barca, I would say the past few seasons now, and especially under Zinedine Zidane, now that he's returned to the club. I think it's more of a reason for Paul Pogba to be linked to Real Madrid and to want to come to Real Madrid. So let's see, maybe one last thing. So yeah, Zidane's going to make this priority. He's really want to get Paul Pogba, obviously, with the with the dwindling down of Luka Modric, I've seen performances from him recently that have been lackluster. Look, I can't blame him. It's only normal. He's 33 years of age. He's played so many games, I would say, in the past couple of years now. I think it's only normal that his game dwindles down. He's been a great servant to the club. Very, very, very good. He was my favorite player, I would say, from the club. I would say Isco and Modric have been my two favorite players at the club. Modric, more in specific, I would say Modric even more. Just what he was able to contribute as a whole. I thought he was one of the best midfielders in the world, if not the best. But his game is dwindling down, and we just have to accept that. It's very difficult for everyone to accept, but we just have, like I said, we just have to accept it. So, on the Paul Pogba situation, two things that that will kind of redefine Paul Pogba's situation at Manchester, Paul Pogba's stance at Manchester United, is are they going to win Champions League this season, and are they going to get a top 4 spot? If they can't get, I would say, I want to say both, but Champions League, very, very rarely that they will, very, very difficult to get. But if they don't get the top 4, then Paul Pogba is on his way out. If they get the top 4, it's a little bit more difficult, but I still can see it happening. The possibilities of this happening, in my opinion, in my guess, I would say is it's very difficult at the moment. It's very difficult. We have to see what's going to happen with Barcelona. At the moment, I would say it's 50%. But if he does well versus Barcelona, and if Manchester United don't get top 4 this season, then I would say chances are like 90 to 100%. It's very, 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 very high if they don't get top 4. If they get top 4, if Manchester United get top 4, and let's go. If Manchester United get top 4, they don't win the Champions League this season, then it's a little bit harder. It is a little bit harder. I would have to say about 70%, but it's definitely very high up. I would say Paul Pogba is going to be looking to come to Real Madrid, and I think he knows that this is a very good moment to come to Real Madrid. It's probably his one and only chance to come to Real Madrid, because if not, we're going to be looking for another midfielder to replace Luka Modric. And he will know that. Barcelona, they already bought the midfielders a couple seasons back. They bought Vidal, they bought Arthur. They already set on the midfielders. Yes, they want to bring in Paul Pogba, but I think us right now, I think we'll want to bring in Paul Pogba even more. And we're going to persist even more with that. So that's all I have for you guys today, really just to update you on Paul Pogba and his situation at Manchester United. So I'm probably going to make another video in a couple weeks on Paul Pogba after all that, Barcelona things. After all the Barcelona games, and things like that, I'll be talking about Paul Pogba more in depth. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.